Greetings everyone, a warm welcome to you all. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Hey Aquarius, this is your August reading for 2018. We are using these 3 different card decks in front of us and a different number from each deck, and they all will relate to different things. Remember to check out your moon and rising signs as well, because you'll probably find some interesting information in each of those as well. Before we get into the card dealing, I have some messages for you, mantras really. The first one for you was quite interesting. It said to release anything unworthy. So I am releasing anything unworthy in my life. You also received Archangel Raphael, and that one said cleansing. So both of those messages seemed to really go together one way or another. So it will be interesting to see what cards arrive for you guys. I'll put these 2 aside for now, and we will be starting with this deck, the Rider-Waite Tarot. You'll be receiving 4 of these, and they will be spanning any area of life, but often and particularly career and finances sector. So let's see what's in store for Aquarius for August. Wow, the Sun, the Devil, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. Remember too, this is the eclipse season. We've gone through one so far. I'm doing this reading in July. So 2 eclipses in July and 1 in August, and they are quite powerful ones, and there are a lot of very strong planetary alignments at the moment. So a lot is going on. It is a good time to clean out the closet, as one might say. These cards are relating to your health sector. So anything to do with health on a physical, emotional, spiritual level. Let's see what's in store for Aquarius. Intuition and presence. Both of these are dealing with the third eye chakra level, and this one is the crown chakra. So very, very close to together. This is the third eye area in here, and this is the crown chakra area up here. So there is something possibly on your mind or your head area. We'll get to that later in the reading when we figure out what the messages are. Let's see what's coming from these cards. These cards are dealing with relationship sectors in your life. And again, these can be any areas of relationship. Family, friends, co-workers, community, and of course romantic liaisons or partnerships. Practice, 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 assertiveness, and marriage. Oh, that's quite nice in terms of a relationship card. So we will be starting on the top row, and with the top far left, you received 2 major arcanas, the Sun and the Devil, then that 5 of Pentacles, and then the 2 of Swords. So the Sun is a very beloved card when it turns up. It often talks about freedom and feeling free, the childlike spontaneity of life, the gift that the Sun gives us, which is co-creation. It is creation of new life as well. It is about good health often. It is about fertility of ideas and concepts. It's about being benevolently watched over and guided into certain directions, and also about connecting with awareness, if you like. So possibly the Sun could give off some of that intuition feeling and connection to the crown chakra, because the Sun is a body of bright light, and this is a body of bright light, if you like. So there's a duality going on there. The Sun can bring about fruition and positivity in projects that you are undertaking or wanting to start, especially start new projects. It's buoyant and it offers backing and support at a very dynamic cosmic level. If we come to the devil right next to it, it's funny because I said to you that the words that you had were to release anything that wasn't serving you and also cleansing. Well, that's exactly what the devil card is. It's about freeing yourself up of any obsessions or any addictions. So addictions can be anything, remember. When we have an addiction, it's merely an imbalance in our psychological processing in life. So addictions can be food or drugs or alcohol or shopping or exercise or going to work. It can be an addiction or an obsession about a relationship or a person or a way of being. When this card, the devil, turns up, it often does mean things are not quite in balance, that there is an imbalance going on within us. And this can show up in the hormonal area, it can show up in the psychological area, which I mentioned, such as anxiety and depression. It can also suggest that around us we could be involved in relationships that may not be truly healthy for us, that there could be, oh hello darling, that's my little cat Enzo coming in to say hello. It could be that there are, hello sweetheart, relationships that need more balance, if you like, and sometimes we are involved with, relationships that somehow are possibly degrading us one way or another, or definitely not serving us to our highest value. This can happen by our own fault. Sometimes we allow it to happen, or we have engaged in it and it takes hold, so it shapes itself and it weakens us at the same time. So usually when we're in a situation like that, we have lost a degree of our power or our independence. So this might be a card that does refer to that whole message that you received, which I'll just go back to, when it said releasing anything unworthy. So just remember, if there is something in your life that isn't fueling you or engaging you in a positive way, it could be time, a really good time right now to, boot it out the back door. When these eclipses are around, they do give us an almighty amount of power to make very strong, bold changes and decisions in our life that can take us down a healthier path. Now, if we come to the next card, we see the Five of Pentacles. And interestingly enough, it's quite strange. This card is such a positive, happy, brilliant beginning to your reading, and a good omen of all sorts. Even health-wise, it's a good omen. Yet these three here all slightly align up to a feeling a bit more blah type thing going on. The Five of Pentacles can often refer to feeling locked out of something, a feeling a bit deflated or defeated, as if you have been not treated fairly and as if something in your life is closing you out. So it could be partnerships or relationships. It could be something to do with work or lifestyle. It could be something about your finances and money that even slow up for a period in this August time frame. Those two on the card are, quite rejected, and they're moving away in a winter storm, but fairly bereft and without money, and he's on crutches, the guy there, so he's had some sort of injury as well. So the card even sometimes signifies a minor injury, such as like an ankle or a foot or a leg injury. The two in the card also, and I think this is a more modern interpretation of the card, but I am noticing it to be sort of semi-relevant. There's a feeling that if there's a close relationship around you, like a romantic partnership or a really close friendship between two sexes, usually a female and a male, this can be a time when the female puts her foot down and starts to walk away or make a decisive move away from you, and you can be feeling left a bit deflated and thinking, wow, why did this happen and how did it happen? So often this is about a female choosing to leave a male behind for some reason. Now the card is known though as a temporary situation because it's the number 5, so it often doesn't last for too long. It can also indicate things like a virus such as a sore throat or a flu, or something going on making you feel run down and needing to take time out and rest. We come to the next card and we see the Two of Swords. And again, this is a card of a bit of slight feeling down and a wee bit anxious about things and not knowing what direction to take. We also note this ecliptical moon up here. And in fact, the more I think about it, the Sun card at the very beginning could very well be giving us the message that this is tied up with the eclipses that are coming. We do have a really powerful solar eclipse, and I think this is the one in August. Maybe the Sun has quite a catalytic effect on you, sort of prompting this change that we see coming here in the rest of these cards, because they do denote the potentiality for a change in direction or a change in belief about attitudes or about the way you're living your lifestyle or about the way you're being treated. So I'm hinging now that the Sun is going to play a role through the ecliptical energies that might be coming your way. But coming back to the Two of Swords over here, and we see this woman kind of on the seaside there, sitting with a blindfold on, pondering, do I go A, do I go B, do I do this or that, or up or down? She can't make a decision, so part of her worry or anxiety is coming from indecision. This card is about balance in life as well. So it's about balancing a situation out, but it's also about balancing our emotions so that we can use intellect and thought to make a decision with more accuracy. So when we are in a period of indecision or inability to move or decide on something, we create more anxiety and tension. So there's something in here definitely about you guys needing to make a decision. I feel definitely releasing things that don't serve you anymore and moving forward away from something that could have potentially taken you down a further, state of feeling unhappy with life or yourself or something you're doing or a behavior pattern. So it could be referring to anything. Each one of you will find this is at a different level. For some it could be relationships, for some it could be career, and for some it could be health issues. So let's move into the next row, which was the health kind of directed cards, and we're really sitting up very high up here on the body, way up at the top of the head level, with the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. So intuition says trust, insight, awareness and guidance. And presence says awareness, attention, reality and connection. So they are calling for you guys to utilize the power of insight and awareness and being connected to your decisions you're making and your surroundings around you. So Aquarians use your mind. You use your mind all the time. You're one of the most sprightly thinking, and very seldom do you let your mind rest. Even I suspect in bed at night in your dream states, you're probably very active without even knowing it. So the fact that these two chakra points have come up could mean that there is a block here, that somehow you're not listening to your intuitive self. So you could be, this is why you might have been making decisions that you've felt haven't been quite right, or you've pondered on them. Should I have done this one, or should I have done that one? Getting reconnected with our higher self, our spirit self, the cosmos, collective consciousness, whatever we want to call it, enables you to feel more strongly and less indecisive about choices moving forward. It enables you to know what's right for you at the inner presence self. So if there is a blockage in these parts of your body, you can meditate to have them recharged or rebalanced or reopened. You can eat foods that have that purpley hue to them, or that deep red or purpley hue. You can do exercises around meditation. You could have cranial osteopathy or osteopathy and have some work done on your head. You could have Reiki healing sessions, or you could do spiritual healing work. You could do some mind work. You could set yourself goals on trying to achieve ideas and thoughts and direction for the next few months and strategize how you want to work them and put a plan into place. So you may also feel, from the physical perspective of a health side, tension in these areas of your head or neck or shoulders, because that sort of covers off all of those. Some of you may experience headaches, for example, or eye strain in particular. You might not be able to hear things quite correctly, and you may need your ears checked or have your ears, a minor ear operation or something. For some of you, you might need glasses when you've never had them before, or there might be something temporarily wrong with your vision. So those are kind of the practical sides of the dynamics of these health cards, but I do think they're talking to us, for a lot of you, more about the connection to your higher self and intuition and the emotional status. And given too that we're looking at the head in particular, we could be talking about your mind talk, and we could be talking about negative feelings or worry or anxiety or overthinking situations. So it comes back to bringing balance into your daily activity as well. If we come down to the last row, which was kind of where the relationship issues were headed, we have practice, practice, practice. And it says, with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So it feels to me as though some of you have had a degree of confidence stolen away from you, but I'm not sure how or why. And I do think it comes back to your, well, possibly someone up here who was around you, or it's possibly yourself with this lack of kind of steadiness or balance, or, inability to make a decision about the future or something that you want or a direction you're wanting to take. So they're asking you to practice on something. Now, whether or not this is your inner work, this intuition, the trust, the insight, the guidance, the attention and connection. And I think when you do that, you'll find a whole lot of openings coming in, and freedom and awareness and understanding around relationships and prospects and directions in your life. Of course, that could delve into other areas as well. And I guess for each of you, when you look at the card and hear the messages, you'll know what we're talking about. We've got assertiveness here. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. And that is so much about the Devil card as well, and even about the Five of Pentacles, and even this one. All those three are resolved with this power of strength, of assertiveness. So I don't even really need to go any further with that, because I'm only going to be saying the same thing over and over. If someone or something hasn't been worthy of you, or they haven't been doing the right thing or treating you in the right way, then speak up and get it sorted and make changes. Don't be afraid to. If your integrity values are not being honoured and they're not being held in the right place, then move it on, move it out, boot it up, change it out. This one here, the marriage card. The fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. Ah, that's so lovely. So some of you may literally be going through a wedding or a marriage. You may be asked to marry someone. So for some of you, it might be an engagement coming up. Some of you might be asking someone to marry them. There might be a wedding you attend, which is a very, beautiful, connective, loving, enjoying time. Some of you might be re-embarking or re-establishing your own marriage, like reaffirming it, or going over vows again together, or making the ties of the union that you have with someone stronger. So that's really exciting, and it's very beautiful message for a lot of you. So if any of you are having a wedding or a proposal or celebrating a happy, joyous event, congratulations. And the other thing too is marriage doesn't just have to be in the romantic form. Marriage can be the marriage of a partnership or business relationship. So this could also be referring to your career side of life in forming a new business or partnership or merging of some sort. So marriage is the merging of two individuals, whether it be individual businesses or ideas or concepts or people, to form one solid, strong, trustworthy, love-based, in essence, cohesive structure that goes forth in strength and positivity. So what a lovely message to finish your reading on for August. I do think you guys have got a lot going on and potentially a lot of change coming, and you may not know it until these eclipses hit. So this reading could actually take you for quite a few months moving forward as well. So thank you all for tuning in and listening, and I love it when you leave your comments and sub the channel. I wish you all a very wonderful, happy August ahead. Much love everyone. Namaste.